Good, mo- Good morning to one and all. Myself, Nagala Chandana, Assistant Professor in CSC Department. Glad to host this program. We are successfully completed 2 sessions of workshop and coming to third day. We knew before sessions are conducted by the respected head of the department and Venkateshwar Rao Garu and senior most faculty SK Yakub Garu. This third session is going to be handled by the another senior most faculty who are having 12 years of experience, and he is very good and multi-talented person in the CSC department. He is none other than CH Balakrishna Garu. I think today you all are going to be learn some more information about HTML from CH Balakrishna Garu. Yeah. Now I would like to invite CH Balakrishna Garu for conducting today sessions.
Hello. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Yes, good morning to all. All the participants, please mute your mic. Okay. So now we are conducting 3 days workshop on web development. So successfully we are completed the 2 days, and then third day we are discuss a few things related to the web development. One is the forms, next one is the frames, and then how to insert in a audio and videos in our web pages. Coming to this, the previous 2 sessions we are discussing, so what are the basic tags to be used while developing in a static web pages, and then features of some HTML tags, and then now we are discussing a few things, that is in a forms, frames, audios and videos. Today's session we are discussing these things. So the previous 2 sessions, so we are learn how to create a few things like a tables, list of images, and then how to insert an images, and then how to write the text on our web pages. Now, if you want to read any data, or you want to read a data from a person's, or you want to log into the pages, for this purpose we are using a forms. HTML form is a section of document which contains a few controls, like while reading in a text, or we have to submit in some information like a username and passwords. Okay, so some radio buttons, these are the things to be used in our HTML pages. So for example, take an online registration form. So the online registration form, for example, take your online examination registrations. They are asking some hall ticket numbers. Okay, so your name, year, and the branch. So like this, few details they are asking. So these are the required fields. So to register the online examinations. For this one, then we need to create these basic things. For example, how to create a text field in our page. So to create in a text field on our page, then we are using some controls. So those controls like above a line like a text fields, password fields, like this. These are the different input controls to be used on our forms. To create a form, we are used as a tag, that is a form. A form tag to be used to create a forms. So we are to know how to create a tag. The tag is in the form of like this. This is an opening tag, and then you must be closed after completion of the form fields. So the end of the form you can write as a slash. So while how the form to be read and then where it submits. This is a simple form processing. So user can create his form. Then they are providing the some input field like any username, passwords like this. Then it opens into the browser. Then the browser to submit. Submit is one more field. So whenever submit the form, either like a data form or an HTML form. Then the web server, with the help of the web server, then it processing to this. Either you have to store the data into the database or submit the query. And based on the submit the query, then it retrieve the information and present to the user as into the form of this, either HTML format document. Okay, so this is a simple processing of our form. So this is a form element is a tag. So this, by using this tag, then you can create a form. So whatever the fields we need, all the fields you can place in between a form tag. The form can be write. This is the way of writing the form tags. So open tag, this is an opening tag. And then, so the next one is closing tag. This is then a closing tag. All the controls, whatever the controls we need. So these controls you may place in between the form tag. Okay, so this is an example of how we can write the form element. This is a syntax form. And then here we have some attributes of a form. So we'll discuss the next. So first one is an action, and then next one is a method. Another one is an encrypt type. What type of information we have encrypted? So action. So where you have to submit this data? We have to insert some fields here, input controls like in text fields, text area, radio buttons, and then buttons. So some list box. Okay, so different types of input controls to be placed on our page. All these page, so elements to be whenever writing process to be completed, then you have to submit the submitted information to go based on this action URL. So the action element attribute which are having some value, this then some server value, server URL like so where to submit, either database server or you have to submit some other. Okay, so based on this one, then you have to specify the server URL. And then, so we have one more method as an attribute, that is a method. So we have here two methods. One is a get, and then another one is a post. So by using these, then we can get the data from the server, or we can post the data to the server. Okay, so these are the two. Basically, we are using on form attributes, action, and then method. So after submitting the data, which where we have to submit, that will depends upon the action attribute. And the next one is a method. So with this action attribute, then we can post the value or we can get the value. That will be described in the method attribute. And then after completion of inserting all the elements, then you have to close your form. So this form we have to include within our body tag. Okay, so already we discussed in the previous sessions. So structure of HTML. So we can start with our HTML page. Okay, so with the document type, and then write the HTML code. So HTML code with then we can write then a head tag, title. After writing, then we can write the body. Within the body, you can write our form elements. What are the form elements we need? So all the form elements to include, and then close your form. For example, here we have one example. See this one. Then we can discuss with the input controls. So the next step. So this is an HTML header. Okay, and then title of your page, and then you have to write then your body. With the body, we can write some action on here. That is, then I want to submit the data. So whatever the data here to the some www.saispurti.ac.in. Whenever click on this page, then the data will be submitted, or the date which goes to the name saispurti.ac.in. Here, this is not in a server. This is a simply web page. So then directly, whenever click on the submit information, so then our page goes to the saispurti.ac.in page. Okay, so this is an example of our input here. So you may use form. This is one tag. Action is an attribute. Then we have to write in a URL, and then here we can write the one label or in a paragraph or a label to be used to specify the form fields names like a username. So first name, last name, passwords. Okay, so whatever the fields we need in our page. All this page we may write with the field names by using a label, or we can use some paragraph. Okay, So like this. So first name, then we can write the form which are included, what type of control to be included. For example, one tag which are specifying the input controls, which are having a different controls like a text, password, all this. So the text, the input controls which are specifies based on the type. The type which includes has a text, which are specify the text name. If it is a password, then we can write the password input type equal to password, and then each input which I name, for example, text field which is a name, and then so how many characters it reads. Okay, so few attributes of an input discussed. So like this, then we have one more field as an we may create in this example input type equal to submit. So this is a submit button, just it creates and submit the data to the whatever the action to be given on here. Okay, so and then submit, and then which has a name of the submit button, f submit, and then which has some value. So the value to be appear on our button. Default the value of this submit type button is submit. If you want to change the value of the submit, then it goes to the send information. Okay, this is one example for an form. So before we discussed in the last two sessions from the HTML to the body, and then you may not discuss this, how to create a form, how to create as an so elements are the similar type of elements on a single page. For this purpose, you may use a form. So these are the form tag elements: form, input, text area, label, field sets, legend, select, optional groups, options, and then buttons. These are the different controls for you are used in our form. Okay, so we'll discuss one by one in the next slides as well as examples. Okay, so this is an action field. So the form which has one attribute as an action, another attribute is a method, and then the target. The target is a new one as where to be displayed on my page. Okay, so first one is action. So the action is, so whenever click on the submit button, whenever click on after completion of this data entry, then you have to submit it. The submitted data moves to the some specific action value of this form attribute. Okay, so whatever the URL you are providing, so the data will be submitted to the specific URL through then a common gateway interface, whatever the application we are using, programming to be used. So while submission of the data. And then next one is a method. So the method is either a get method or post method. Okay, you can get the data from the server, already discussed in the previous slides. So you can get the data from the database servers or whatever the servers to be used. So then you have to get the data, and then you have to post the data by using some specific application program. And the name of the is the form name. This is a one more attribute. So if you want to know the name of the form, then we can use so place as a name field. And then target. So the target attribute which is specified the submitted. So where to be submitted, either the self or a blank. We'll discuss later in clearly the target attribute. Okay, so in our frame concepts. So the page will be displayed as a new one. So then we can write the target attribute equal to blank, or itself, then you can write the self. Coming to the form elements, so we have and the different types of controls. All the controls which are specified as an input element. All the controls, what are the controls we need to insert on our page? These controls you have to specify in a input element. Input is one more tag that to be used to insert an elements into the form. Form is like a page, the page which may have what are the things we need. All these things included by using an input tag. Input as one more tag which has one attribute as a type. The type which are specified all these controls like a submit buttons, passports, reset, file, hidden, images, all these things. So we can create a specific like this. Here we have one example. So with the body we have created one form. The form we have one element that is a name of our element, enter our name. Okay, so this is the what type of field to be used. So this is the name which belongs to the text field. So then we can write input as an tag. Okay, so and then so we have to specify the type of data to be read on this field. Then we can write this control. So the control is a text field. So then we can write the text. So, and then name of this input field, that is a username. Okay, so name of this text field as a username, and then so the field we are reading as a text type. That's why we are specify the type control is text. This is a simple example for an so input control. Then we will discuss one by one. So input attributes, we have create a different attributes of inputs as a name of your input, and then length of our attribute. For example, if it is a text field, what is the maximum size, a number of character to be read on our text? Okay, so for example, it is a name. So some of the people are having a few characters, some of them having a long length name. For this purpose, you have to specify so number of characters, so maximum length of characters it reads of a specific attribute. Okay, and then next size of the field depends upon its type, and then a source. SRC means a source, that is an a so denote URL for an image like the action attribute. So value contain the initial value displayed to the users. So default value displayed on the text box. The value equal to username. For example, you can write the value equal to username, the username to be displayed on the text field. Default value of text field. Okay, the type, it defines the data used in the field. What type of data to be used, like a text or some number like this. Checked. So it indicates the check boxes, radio buttons. These checked to be used in only two controls. One is a checkbox and then radio button. The default selection of the field. Okay. For example, the checkbox or the radio button take as a gender or a male and female. So the default value to be selected. So which one? For this one, then you can write the checked. So disabled prevents field from receiving the focuses. Just you have to disable the information. Alignment if image is used. So either left, right, these align attributes you have discussed in the previous two classes. For example, text alignments or image alignments, align equal to center, right, left, all this. So we have a different value of align, left, right, middle or center, top, bottom, like this. And then so we have to control prevent the modifications of our some other users, like then the page or the form can be used only for a read only purpose. You have to control the for accessing of other people. These are the different attributes of our form. Each form will have a name, then we can write the name attribute which reads then what type of characters that will be specified the type. And then so where I can place this field as an alignment. So this will be restrict by using a prevent read only attribute. Okay, so like this we have a set of attributes to be used in a form. In the previous example, so I'm write only name. Okay, so then if you want, then we can use all these attributes in our examples. Okay, so then I will share the after this completion of this class. Then these are the different controls to be used on your input. So like a text area, a radio button, checkbox, submit, label, password, email, and then button. Okay, so list box. So these are the different controls. So a few controls to be used on our input tag, a type equal to write down the specific or control to be used on our form. If it is in a text, then you can write the text. And then text area, the text area which are specified. So by using as a specified then address, while writing the address comments of at that places, then you can write the text area. It can be reached in a number of characters. Okay, and then radio buttons, checkboxes, submit, label, password, and then buttons. So these are the some few controls to be used on our page. So the type of value to be read on our form. Then we have to specify this type of control. As the input is this type of control. For example here, so field set, before going to the field set, so then we will discuss one by one. Here we have one example as in a password. Okay, use it to write entry of your password. If input type equal to password, if the type equal to password, then it is a password which reads the character which hides. Okay, so on our field which can be appeared as in stars or the dots. Okay, so which has some attributes as the type, what type of password, the size of your password, so how many characters it reads, that is a maximum length. Okay, name of the field, and then value. Simply it is usually it is in a blank, then you can enter it. Okay, whenever type the characters, then it is in a so decrypted formats. This is a password. So like this, we're going to the one by one examples. like in a checkbox. Checkbox allows the user to select the more than one options. So normally, if you go into the radio button, it can check some only any one. So, but if you are using a checkbox, you have to check within a more than one value. Each input type control which has some attributes like a type, name, and then value. These are the common attributes to be used. So other than radio button and the checkbox, we have one feature of attribute that is in a check. Default it checked or not. So we have a list of items. For example, checkbox. So if you are going to the language noun, if you're going to the computer language noun, we have a different language of computer language, C, C++, Java, like this. So with this, what are the languages know? I know all the language. Then how can check it? For this purpose, we may use a checkbox. If you're going to the radio button, you can check any one of these. Okay. So if you know the more than one, then you can write with the so more than one of items. At that place, we can use a checkbox of items. And the radio button. So the radio buttons allows them to select only one option. You may not check with the more than one option. Okay, this is the difference between the radio box and then so radio button and then as well as checkbox. Here also we have any attributes like a type, name, value, and then one more thing is a checked. Okay, so if it is checked, then it can be checked as a default value as a first one. And then push button. So this is the input type equal simply is then a button which there may have any properties. If you are given the submit which has some few properties, then it's action goes to the so form action attribute value. Okay, so if you want to use an input type equal to button, then you can write the what action to be performed on this button. There is a difference between the submit as well as button field. Set of form tag requires the submit buttons. So the element causes the browser to send the names and the values of other fields by using an application program to be used. So the action to be taken as in the form elements. Input type equal to submit. So the type, whenever you're using this control, all the controls which has a type, name, and then value. Okay, so all the controls which has a name and the type and then value. Okay, so this is the button to be appeared on our page, submit query, and then reset. So this is an one more button to be used, one more control on our page. This is for reset the previous entered value on our text box. For example, you may write with a username and password. We have a submit and the reset, two buttons. Okay, so if you are giving the submit button, then it goes to the so action page. If you want to click on this reset button, so it clears the field values. What are the values to be entered by the user? Those are cleared by using a reset. Image. So we want to insert an image, so which allows then a substitute image on the place of as an input type equal to image. So the field which has a type, the name, and then src. So source of our image, the location of our so image. Like here we have a capture 00.1 png. This is a so file format. So then we have to specify source which are specified in a path of our location of a specific image. For example, here I am write a simple example font like this. These are the few things we will discuss in the last classes. The type equal to image, and then you can write the source. If it is the same location, image which are having in the same folder, then we can write with the name. So same name, file name. Okay. So if it is somewhere else, then you can write the entire so source and then file. So file is one more input controls which reads the file from the location and then submit, and then which can be stored somewhere else. For file uploading purpose, you may use a file attribute. So file as an input type, you can use a file upload to allow the surfaces to upload files to your web servers. Okay, to upload the files, then we are using an input type equal to file. So which has a name, so and then type and then size of your file. This is to be a new attribute for our file. And then maximum length, size of input text box of your characters. Okay, so these are like common attributes. Each type of control we have a common attributes like a name, type. Okay, so these are the common, and then value. Okay, so based on the feature of the specific control, they are including the few ones. Okay, here like a checkbox and then radio button, they are having a checked. Okay, so like this, here we have a one field, then we'll discuss example one by one. Okay, so don't worry. Input type equal to date. One more is a date. So we have to insert in a date fields. Okay, so for this purpose, we are using input type equal to date. Input type date. Within all these controls, we can insert in the form tag. After completion of all the fields, then we have to close the form. Here, input as a type equal to date. So, and the start date and the end date. If you want to create in a form like starting of our workshop, for example, okay, then we can write within a date as in start date and then so end of your date, end of your workshop date. So this tag to be used for a break a line to get a new line between this. So this field and then this field. Whenever submit this button here, this is an output of this one. So submit this button, then the submit, whenever the submit, the action goes to the form if there is any action here, otherwise then it displays to the browser fields. Okay, so depends upon our importance, then we have to give an action page. These are some other select forms. Select is an element to be used to create a top-down list. For example, in the previous checkbox, you may write with all the elements. So I need not place all the elements. Then want to list the this. For example, language now, then C, C++, Java, all the computer language you have to place. Then you need to create the checkboxes. Simply list out all these things. Then we can select which what are the language we know. Okay, here we can select only one language, which may not select more than one language. Okay, this is the disadvantage in this select while comparing with the checkboxes. So here with the select, you may have one more tag as an option tag to be used. So inside the select, you may use as an option. Okay, so this option tag, which are list all the options available. What are the options we need to write on this page? Okay, so for this purpose, we may use within the select, you may write the option page, option tag. Okay, so the option tag which specifies the options, those are to be included on your selections. Okay, so for example, which game we need to interest, which game to be play we need to interest. So for example, I list out all the games like a cricket, football, hockey, tennis, quite. Okay, so badminton, all these things. Then which game we are interested to play. With this, we have to list all the items. With this list, we can select the option to be available by using an option. While writing off all these games, so then we can use an option tag. By using option tag, that it enables then a drop down list. With this drop down list, we can select one of this, like this. Here drop down list appears like this. Whenever click on this word, so then we have to get the number of items we are performing previously, item 1, item 2, item 3, and then like this. Here the previously in the option, in the drop down list, we can list all the items, whatever the items you may write by using an option tag. But in the list box, it lists all the items, just simply we can select. Okay. Before going to this next one, we are going to the examples of each one for better understanding. Here we have one more as an hidden. Okay, just hidden the data. Okay, whatever the data I'm right in my page, they may not view the different people's. Okay, that to be visible only the server side. So for this purpose, you may use as an input type equal to hidden name and then a value. Field set. This is a one more tag to be used to group the elements. So in a few fields, I want to group it. Previously, we may write all the forms. After writing of these forms, then I want to group then a few things like in the registration form. So basic details of user and then username and passwords, all these things. So I have to group it. While grouping of this one, then we can use a field set. Field set is a tag to group the elements or related type of labels or information to be grouped by using a field set. Okay, so this is an opening tag of field set. This is then a closing tag of field set. Okay, so you have to group the related field information in a form, then you can use a field set. Then we are moving to the one by one example. Just wait. Is it visible? See this one here in this. So this is our HTML page, first line of our page, HTML head, and then up to this one. Now we want to create a form. My form contains as a name is a one field. Okay, then I want to write some color here. Okay, this is an hexadecimal value, or directly you can write the text field, text value also, no problem. If you want to which color we need, then we can specify the color name here. Then the action is, so I want to write the name this. Okay, so www.sayeespurti.ac.in page. Okay, so the action page depends upon you. If it is a database, then we can write the database address. Okay, so the name here as a first name. Here they need not write the P also. Directly you can write the label also. Just it creates a label, name of your field. So label is a tag to create an every tag you must be close. So how can you close? By using a forward slash, then you have to close the fields. Okay, so we can save with this form by using a file name .html. Okay, or htm. Then we can run it in the browser. Any Chrome, any browser. See this one. We create a one field that is a first name. Okay, then you can write the text here. The text, then you have to write it. So am I right with the send information as a value of submit? Send information is a value of submit. Then the appear here send information. If you may not write the value directly, the submit button is an appear submit query. Whenever click on this one, the action which may goes to where we are giving the one address. The address is sayeespurti.ac.in, www.sayeespurti.ac.in. If it is a database, then the data will be moved to the database server. Okay, so like this, then we can give an action attribute. That is the use of our action attribute. Then like this, then we are going to the few examples. Some controls, like for example, checkbox. Go into the checkbox. Yes, so this is then a checkbox. So for example, am I right with the computer languages? We know. So like a C++, this is a default, we can check it. So am I right with the checked? So the first element or first value of your list, then it will be checked, default, checked. We can select more than one items. by using a checkbox. Okay, so if you are going to the program for this one, checkbox, into the notepad, is it visible? Yes, going to the checkbox. So then I want to write the color here, BG color. In the previously, I'm writing the some here 6FS hexadecimal value. Now I want to write the some color as an yellow. So that's why in the previous example output, we make it as an yellow color. Okay. So now we want to go to the form. With this form, I may write this like as an input type as a checkbox. Yes, each checkbox we have an ID as a name. These are the common attributes for our input type, name, value, maximum length. It will be reads. Okay, and then so here ID, and the name of your input type, and then I want to write the here checked. Checked is an one attribute which will be default checked by any the first item on our list. So input type equal to C as a C, C++, Java. With these three items, the first item to be checked. If it is any checked, so if you can remove this one, then you can run it. So just you can run this program. Just you have to more than one items. This is a use of for checkbox. If you are moving to the radio button, radio button. Same here, I'm right with this as some color name. Okay, if you want, then you can set all this color, the text color or so form name or the form borders. So like this, label is a name, is creating a label for a gender. Gender is a label like a P. Okay, paragraph tag you can use in the previously. Now we want to use as a label, and then we have to close the label. The label is a gender to be created, and then so the values of this gender is radio as a type equal to radio, and then gender name is a male. If you want, then you have to close self close of input tag male, and then next one is a female. Equal to password. Okay, and then we can write some text text area by using an input type equal to text area. Okay, in that we can write an address like an address. Okay, so number of fields to be inserted on our page, then we can write those number of fields based on the type of data to be stored. Then we can specify the type of control. Okay, so here radio buttons you may create going to the output for this one radio button. radio.html. The file can save with the radio.html. Okay, so gender male and then female. Here we can check with the check, then it can default check with the first item in the list. So that is a male or a female. Any one of item to be checked, may not check with the more than one item by using a radio buttons. If you can use a BR here, then it goes to the next line. Okay, then by this, so you can create a form. Okay, so what are the items we need? We can write all the items and then we have to place it. So for example, so I may write the one page. This is one more example. For example, take the registration form. Okay. So here the previously which may not appear this border. There is no this border. This border is set by using a field set. We can group the list of fields on our page. We have to group a few fields like a username and then full name, email, password, and confirm bar. Until this as a one group, then you can write within a within this you can write within a field set. Starting of the field set here and then end of the field set after completion of this one. Then you have to group the remaining things. Okay, so you can enter here. Okay, so whatever the data we need. So email, this is called a validation. Email field, default it validates. You must be entered email as in the form of so 123 at the rate of gmail.com domain. This is one example for a different control. Going to the code of this one registration form. Now we want to stop sharing this one. Then we are moving to the program. All controls. It's a very easy to design a static web pages. For example, the previous example. So this is a first line of your this HTML page, and then HTML the starting, then which may have an ending, and the body of your page and the body of your page. You may write the title of the page. Okay, with this body, you may write with the registration form as by using h2 tag. Okay, so and then we are moving to the form. The form, how many elements, what are the fields on our page? First, you have to design as in to the notebook. Then by this, then we can insert one by one. For example, so as a lesson, just sir, net unstable ఉంది బాగా. As a lesson, as a user information, and then followed by what are the fields we need to insert on our page. Based on this one, then we have to insert it. The first one is then label to be create label, and then name of this label and the close overlay. Then write on one BR tag. Before going to this next field, then it gives a one line as a break. Then it goes to the next input type, that is again text. So input type equal to email. So then we can write all these things. Okay, different attributes to be used on the input, and then label. Next one is in a password. It is a password, which is an a some text combination of all these things. Then it is must be a hidden one. Then next confirm password. Then we can write the input type. Select anyone. Okay, so you may not select the more than one as a gender. So that's why you may and then ID, name, value. Okay, like this, then you can write with this. And then next address which is not in a single field. So which has a street, village, mandal, district, like this. We have a number of fields. So it may not create individual for this purpose. So normally the text field which reads in a maximum of 20 to 30 characters. If it exceeds, then we are moving to the better to moving to the is in a large area, large text. That's why you can use a text area, which appears as a one box. So, and then next after like this, whatever the fields we need. So based on our page information, then we have to insert all the controls, then write down the next submit button, submit, and then value of this one as a submit default, which appears as a submit or the query, whatever the query, the common application program to be used. Okay, so based on this one, then the query is submitted to this form action. Whatever the URL we are right here, so the submitted to directly to this action, form action. Okay, so if it is a button, so you must be write the action on to this attribute as a button type. If it is in a button, but the button they may not perform any action as a default, but the submit they perform in a, it perform as an a so action a default. So the action which performed in the representation by the user as in the form field. Obviously we can learn. For example, we can learn in the last class as in a table format. Okay, so we can insert in this all these fields and then the table rows and the table heading also for an a so yes, see this one, the page to be clearly specified on a unique manner. Enter name. In the previous page, you may appear as in a zigzag manner. For table the first row we are insert the first field, the second, okay, table data as an enter name, first row, td, tr, td, tr, td, like this. Then we can insert into this. So then we can appear as a form into the, so as a unique manner. Then you have to click on the register. Then we are going to the SciSecurityAC.in. Because of I am a right to an action. Sharing. See this one. This is a first page of our HTML, first line, and then the form action is like this. Then I want to specify as a URL as SciSecurity.ac.in. If it is a database, then you can write then a database address. Okay. So http://www dot some page number. Okay. So what are the page to be submitted? Like action page dot so PHP like this. Server side scripting language to be used. Okay. So now we want to align as a table as into the center. So that's why the page to be entered placed into the center page. And then now we want to insert in all the input controls. Okay, the first row, tr is a table row. Okay, and then you have to close the first row. We have some data. The data is, we can create one label. The label name is name. Table as an a first field is name. So name, we are create a label for an enter name. Okay, so td table data. The first row we have in a two fields. The first field as an a table data which contains the enter name, and then the second field which may have so as a this register name. Okay, input type equal to, we can specify as a text box will be field as a name, the second field as a text. Okay, so like this is the first row to be completed, and then go to the second row. The second row is tr. Again you can start with the tr and then close with the tr. Okay, and then whatever the data we need, the data is the field name. So the second field is password. We can write the password. So and then the second field of your table. Okay, so first column completed, the second column as in a password field. Then you can write the input type equal to password. Like this, then you can write with the all the fields. Okay, so within the table. After completion of inserting all this one, then we can write with the close with the table. Here we have one selection option list. Select here, select with the table data. One of the row we have a table data td, select so name as in a country. Okay, so which country to belongs you. So then we can write with this. So with this select the option multiple values to be displayed, drop down list to be appear by writing a number of options. Of this one, this is a way of writing of our registration pages or whatever pages we need, then we can write it. Now I want to share this is then a first page. Okay, So enter name. This is a first data on our first row. Select as an select tag as a option. We can list the drop down list. So then we can select the this. Okay. So like this, then we can create an options. Then we have to register. Click on the register. Then it moves to the our action page. The action page I give it to the so as a this address. Okay. It may goes to this address. Whenever click on the register button, then it moves to this page. These are any forms. Do you have any doubts regarding the forms? All are form input controls. Please practice it. Okay. If you have any doubts, okay, contact me. Okay. So any one of these three people. Okay. The next frames. This is a new concept. Okay. So now I want to insert a more than one document into the single page. I want to view more than one page, one HTML page into the so single page. I want to create as an a so introduction is a one page. Okay. So document is in one page. Okay. So biodata is a one page. Okay, like this. Then we want to create a different HTML pages. Now I want to see all these pages as in a single one, single document. Okay, a single HTML page. For this purpose, we may use any frames. So because of so our entire page is divided into the different frames. So based on these frame addresses, okay, then we want to insert the first document, the first HTML page, second HTML page, third HTML page, like this. So like this. So number of HTML pages we can view one HTML document. And outer borderline as in a single page. Then I want to create in a two columns. Okay. So with this, so document one.html, then another one is a document two.html. So these are the two different addresses. Then, but I want to place into the single page. Okay. So to combine the different HTML pages into a single one, then we can use an frames. So this frames are also we can say within a so .html. Okay. So by creating a frames, you may use as a frame set tag to use an frames on the page. So to create the number of frames, we can use as an frame. Here, you may not write any text on the page. Simply, so different HTML pages, all the HTML pages, you may write the what are the text we need. And then we have to combine all this into the single page. Okay, so that's why there is no in here, there is no body in this. So pages. Okay, so in the 's. Okay, so instead of body, then you can write the frame set. Okay, so frame set. Then so tag how to divide the windows as into the frames. So based on the rows and the number of rows and the number of columns, rows and then columns. These are the two attributes of a frame set. Okay, so the rows specifies number of so rows to be divided into the page, columns as in a vertical frames, horizontal frames, vertical frames. Okay, horizontal frames, number of horizontal frames we need of a page. Then we can specify the rows equal to yes this much of percentage. So this pixel values 40%, 60%. Okay, like this we can specify within the frame set. Frame set space rows, number of rows we need equal to, which may not specify the single name like a 1, 2, 3. Okay, directly. So how much percentage we need for in the first frame? For example, 20, 30, 40, like this. Okay, and then as well as calls. Okay, number of columns we need like vertical frames. So calls equal to number of vertical frames we need for an dividing the page into the frames. Okay. Okay, like a document1.html, like a so introduction page, okay, and a title page, like this. These two pages to be placed into this one. Okay, so based on the content on the document1.html, and then introduction or a title page, so based on the content visibility, okay, so then we can assign the so percentage as a rows and then columns. After this one, then this page to be inserted into this, so our frames to be inserted, okay, or the previous HTML documents. Okay, then by using a frame tag, now we want to insert as an all the HTML documents into the single page. So which has a different attributes frames like a frame border, okay, which appears as frame border 0, 1, yes or no. These are the 4 values of in between the frames and the single page, we have a number of pages. Okay, the previous example, see this one here, these two are placed into this one. So here there is no space in between this one. If you want to space, then you can write the frame spacing here. Okay, so frame space, then which frame we need to space. Okay, based on this one, so we can write the frame spacing as a, so frame space equal to 10, 30, 40, like this is an pixel space, and then border. So between the one to another, you can give an border. The border is an some thickness, which is an integer value. The integer value which treats as an pixels. Okay, border color. The which color we need. Okay, so after specifying the border thicknesses, then we want to specify the color of the border. Okay, like a red, green, yellow, or an hexadecimal values. We can specify to create in a frame. For creating a frame, we need an first one is an so how many HTML documents to be inserted into this? We have to decide. After deciding based on this, so how you can place this? Either column wise or a row wise. Okay, like an horizontal or in a vertical. Okay, so horizontal I can place either horizontal, then you can write the rows, or title page like a size put the heading, size put the instead of technology as a horizontal, then you can write the rows. After this one, then we want to the columns like this. So based on our pages to be placed on the web page, then we can write the use rows and columns. So these are an attributes of our frames. Okay, each frame which has some border will appear whenever set within a frame border, or we want to space between the different pages, then we can use a frame spacing. Then border of this page, so that is the thickness of your frame, and then color of your border, then we can write the border color. And then here on the frame set, we can write the only two attributes, rows and the columns. After this one, then we can insert the all the documents by using a frame tag. So the frame which specifies any individual elements. So each frame we address to be specified in a SRC, source document, which requires as a provide the URL for the page that will be displayed on the frame. Okay, so whatever the document we need to place on the frame, then we can specify the particular address like a okay. So like we can set all these areas, base, and then forms, Okay, all these things to be specified on this. Then margin width, margin height, what is the height, and then scrolling of your page. Which is not necessary. These are an optional ones, margin height and margin width. Based on your frame size, then the document will be displayed on the specified. Default scrolling is an auto. If you want no, then we can set it as a no. Okay, it may not appear. And then no resize. This is an optional one, which prevents the users. So they may not. Our input as in a previous HTML documents. See this simple example, how to create a frame. In this frame, there is no body. There is no body means there is no text. You may not write the text. The frame set, please mute. Please mute participants, dear participants. Please mute your mic. So in our frames, we have only two tags. One is a frame set, which is used to dividing the number of columns and the number of rows. And then after dividing, then we have to place the source. Divide my page into columns, COLS equal to, we have the page is, assume the page is 100%, and then divide. So size of your frame one and then document and then output of the second document. Based on this, then we can divide it into the, so where these pages to be placed. Then we have to divide columns as well as so rows. Then so for example, maybe within the frame again we can divide into the one more frame set. So after this frame, for example, after the first frame, then I want to divide as a second frame into the again number of columns and rows, and again we can write the frame set. Okay, so don't bother about this one. So inside we can create as an a so number of frames also. Again we can create a new one. Okay, so frame set, the particular frame divide into the number of rows and then columns again, no problem. Okay, so and then columns, then we want to write as a frame source, compulsory you must be as a source, and then name where I can display our this. So as a source, the source is an URL address. Okay, so the URL address is in previous document. Okay, open in the browser and then copy the address and then place here. Okay, so no problem, directly you can get it. So then so we can run the save with the .html, open into this. Okay, yes, this is the name. So way of writing the frames. These are all our previously we discussed. So let's check this. What is the output of this one? We are going to the one example, then we can clearly understand. See this one. Yes, it is visible. This is my first page, f1.html. This is our second page, and then this is the third page. This is the third page. I will not set to this. All these documents as an individual. First name as an first goes to the where send information, our registration form, and then so see this one here they appear as a link. Okay, already we are seeing. Okay, and then next, so automatically the scroll will be appear horizontal as well as vertical, scroll bar to be enabled. Okay, auto is a default scrolling option. And then the next one is a registration page. So whenever click on this, sign up. Okay, and then so this is a size. This is the 23%. This is the 77%. This is the sum. Okay, like this. Then we can set all the different documents we are placed or you have grouped into the single document. For this purpose, we can use as an frames. May I hope that this is clear. Then we are moving to the program example for this one. Okay, this is the first frame, this is the second frame, and then this is the third frame. Like this. Now we want to divide this a middle frame into the calls. Okay, whenever enter into the second frame, while coming to this one, then you can write the frame set. Divide into the number of. Okay, na? So now we are moving to the program example for this one. We are moving to the program, frame program. Yes, it's visible. Yes, it's visible. Please respond. Anyone? Yes, see this one. Yes, now we are moving to the frame one concept. Yes, so this is our page. Up to this one common. Okay, so with this, in place of in this page as a body, you may write as a frame set. Okay, so frame set, number of columns we need. Okay, so how many documents we have to group. For this purpose, then we are dividing the number of rows, or we want to calls. For example, then I want to write as an calls equal to calls we are divided into the first page as a 5% single column I divide. Okay, I can save. Then we will see the output as a latter. So number of rows as a 3 rows. Already we are seeing seen output. Okay, and then columns we are divided into the one column. Okay, comma, and then if you want to give it a star, the star means remaining all. Okay, remaining percentage, entire percentage will be as ends to the second columns. We are dividing this 3 so rows. Then I want to set the frames as in 3 rows. So as a first frame, then I want to write as an src source, and then next one is in a border, frame border, and then scrolling. Yes. Okay, default it is yes auto, no problem. Okay, and then next second frame is in a main. Okay, second HTML document. Then I want to place in all the controls like a registration form. So and then next one is so frame name as a bottom, third frame name, and then the source of this one is this document. I may not create this document. That's simply so we can see as an a so empty, no frame. Body your browser does not support. Okay, so there is no frames here. And then after placing all the frames, then we can close with the frame set tag. After closing the frame set, then close our HTML. Here there is no body. You may not write anything on this one. All the things can be write in the individual pages, and then we have to place all these controls into this. Okay, so now we want to see the output of this one as just we have to refresh this one. Yes, see this one. This is an adjustment of your frame. we can adjust. Save and go to this web browser and the refresh. See this one. So we can view as into the first row, divide into the column. If you are creating this as the after enter, if you want to create these columns after completion of this or this, where I can divide. Okay, before entering this one, then we can divide the page into the frame set. Okay, so like this, then we can write the all the documents into the single page. But here they may not write any content on this frame set. Okay, if you are using a frame set concept, all the things can be write in the previous document and then placed onto this. Okay, so this is our frames. This is an example of our frames. Then, so which document can be placed or displayed on which area? Okay, I want to display the new page. Whenever click on this one, then we can display on the new page or the same page. Okay, so for this you may use as a target attribute. So this will be discussed in the I think anchor tag. Okay, so target attribute. So A is an anchor tag, href as a document3.html. So this will be placed. Yes, this will be displayed into the same page or on a new page as a target. Target is then one attribute. Okay, so this can be used as so where I can display my page, either right pane or left pane or on a new page or on a self like this. These are the different values of your page target attribute. See this one, target equal to top, the value to be displayed on the top of the page, and then blank. So opens an unnamed new browser, that is a new browser to be opened automatically. Then the document3.html to be placed displayed on the new page, and then self it displayed on the specific location, that is in a default, which loads the document same window. Okay, so and then as a parent, the parent frame prior frame set, so depends on the frame set, then it can be displayed onto the own area, because of we are dividing the different each itself as an one. So then the if the target attribute value equal to parent, then it displays on this location. Okay, so these are the target attribute values, top, blank. Normally we are using a blank and self. Okay, self as loads in the itself, or a target equal to blank, then it can open as a new browser window. Okay, so these are some example of a target window. Target as a blank, target as a self, target as a parent, target as a top. See this one here, like this, the HTML pages to be displayed. So if it is in a self here, if it is in a blank parent, okay, parent window, HTML1, HTML2, 3, target equal to bottom, target equal to bottom, target equal to bottom. All these pages can be displayed onto the bottom of the page. Whenever click on this one, then here appear. Whenever click on these links, then it will appear on this bottom page. So if it is a new, if the target equal to blank, then it will appear a new window. Okay, so target equal to top, then the document will be appear in the above the page. These are the frames. Forms and the frames. Forms to be used to specify the number of fields of data on the page. All the pages to be grouped into the single page, that is in a frames. In the form, you may use the controls. All the controls to be used, then you have to design the page. All the pages to be placed into the single document, that is in a frames. Okay, these are the frames concept on our web development. Because of we need not support as a single page for a page, we need as a number of pages for development in a web. Okay, either static web or a dynamic web pages. So for this purpose, we may use as a frames concept. Okay, the page divided into the number of columns and then rows. this based on this one, then we can place all the values, HTML pages into the single document. Next, videos. We have two more concepts on this web development. Then I want to place as a video on my email, on my page, a specific video I want to place. Okay. So then for this one, then we can use a video. Video tag is used to place the content or document or a video in video stream onto the page. Okay. Opening tag and then closing tag. Okay. So it's and then, so what type of video can I place? Then we need the location. For this location, we need to write as a source tag with the different video sources. Okay. If we want to insert any more than one, then we can write the different source, opening source, and then closing source. So video tag contains the one or more source tags. Because of more than one source, more than one video can I play in that web pages. For this purpose, then I can within the video tag, then you can write within a more than one source tag. Okay. So these are the different optional attributes for our source video. Okay. So majorly we are using a SRC. This is important because we have to specify the source of your image, source of your video. Okay. Then we are going to the example. We can see the example later. This is also the similar to the video. Okay. So then just we can place the audio files in our web pages. Then we can use an audio tag. Okay. So similar to the video and then audio also, we can open the audio, write all the sources we need to play as an audio to the web pages, then close the audios and then close the as a sources, then close the audio tags. Okay. To play an audio files in HTML, use the audio elements. Okay. So the text, whatever the audio files we need to place, then we can write in between the audio, opening audio and then close audio. After then in between, then we can write the source element for playing of audio files. Okay. Source, first audio file, source, SRC, like this. Then we are moving to the examples of this one. The video. Okay. So just in between the video element, then I can want to place in this video. Then it plays like this. Okay. So like audio is also the same. So now I want to see as a code of this one. Video. Notepad. Yes. See this one. Within the video, we have a few attributes of video, all the controls. So width, height and width of the video clip. Okay. And then within the video tag, video, and then video, we can write as a source tag, which specifies all the sources. Okay. Here I want to play as an MP3 or OGG. Okay. So different formats like this movie.mpv4. This is the source. So here the source is in a different location. Write down the entire source path name. Okay. So here this is in my same location. Then I can write as a movie dot extension. Okay. So like this, audio is also the same. So now we are moving to the audio. Audio. Open with. Yes, audio. So source. Okay. So audio, and then we can write the source name and the type of audio to be played. Okay. So what type of audio to be played? Okay. And then close with the audio. This is the number of sources we need. All the sources to be placed on this one. Audio controls. Okay. If you want to go to the run of this program, you may get like this. Here there is no audio in my location. Then if it is there, then click on this one, then audio to be played. Okay, so these are audio and video. How to insert audios and videos in our static web pages. Okay, so by using audio, then you can use an audio to insert an audios on our web pages, and then videos. Then we can insert by using a video tag. So we can insert any videos on our web pages. All these videos and audios to be placed within the video and audio tag. If it is a video, then you can write the video tag. We are specifying the source by using a source tag. Okay, source. Yes, this is the end of the day. Do you have any doubts? Ask me. Forms, frames, audio, a video. For designing the static web pages, so this content is enough. You have to practice it. If you have any doubts, contact any one of these three people. Okay. Always can help you. Start our web developments. Okay, static web developments. Then we are discussed what about the server side. Okay, if you have any doubts, please place doubts into the chat window.
Can I end, sir? Can I end, sir? Sir, can I end? So thank you, CH Balakrishna Garu, for giving an excellent view on HTML. So honorable faculty members and all the students, it's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, Nagala Chandana, Assistant Professor, on behalf of the CSE Department, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to the honorable delegates who blessed us with their presence. I mean, firstly, young and dynamic head of the department, N. Venkateshwara Garu, and the senior most faculty members, S.K. Yakub Garu and C. H. Krishna Garu. for giving excellent coverage on web development. And I wish to express my gratitude to our principal, Dr. C.H. Vijay Kumar Garu, for always providing encouragement and support. So, as no program can become successful with a single person, so I extend my big thanks to all non-teaching and teaching faculty of Computer Science Department for their support. Thank you everyone for making this event successful with your contribution. And I want to remember one more important accept. So stay home and stay safe.